Welcome back to another edition of Stuff You Don't Usually See. We have a veteran guest back with us today. Jennifer Nations, Water Services Program Coordinator, also self-titled
Water Chick.
You know, people get upset with me when I say Water Chick because they feel like that's inappropriate. But this is a name that I think you gave yourself.
I claimed it for myself, but it was gifted to me.
Oh, okay.
By the.
All right.
And there's a story.
There is a story. Okay, go ahead.
So back in, I think it was 2006, we had a city, like a countywide power outage because there was some problem with the electricity feed coming in. Whole county was dark. We didn't have generators at the wastewater treatment plant and down at our main pump station at the time. So like nothing. No water's going into town. No wastewater is being treated. I'm trying to get through to the news station to say, you know, don't do your dishes. Don't run your laundry, conserve water, and everybody's calling in. I'm in Snook and I don't have power. I'm in College Hills and I don't have power. I'm in Bryan and I don't have power. And I was like pulling my hair out, like, we know it's county, nobody has power. I couldn't get through to so I called because I knew that they were like right next door. And I said, hey, tell the guys on that it's the Water Chick and I need to get through. And they were like, who? I said, just tell them it's the Water Chick. They'll know who's calling. And they said, who's this lady? So they put me through. Boom, worked.
Awesome.
And so from then on, I was like, I claim this. It is mine.
And your daughters are?
The Water Chicklets.
See, I like that a lot too. It works.
Yes, it works. So, yeah.
I like it. That's a good origin story.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Marvel superhero.
Yeah. Okay,
so you ready to do this for a different group of radio stations?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So pretend we didn't name call letters and personalities.
Sorry.
Okay, here we go. Well, thank you and good morning. My guest today is Jennifer Nations, who is the Water Services Program Coordinator for the City of College Station. How are you?
I'm good.
Excellent. I don't even know why you're here. I just know that whenever you and I do get to talk, we have a lot of fun doing it. So are you talking about an event? You're talking about a program? What are you here to talk about?
I'm talking about, specifically one upcoming event. We've got Parks and Water are partnering together on a plant sale from this company called Rooted In. It's some people that form their own business up in the Metroplex, and they do all sorts of classes. It's been kind of focused on that area of Texas, but they did some really neat. It was a really neat COVID pivot. They did these garden in a box plant sales, and it's you get 24 plants. It costs $80, and it comes with a little plant by number guide and 3 different layouts. And I was talking to them at a conference last fall, and I said, "Hey, I saw that you did that with Round Rock. Would you want to bring it down to College Station?" And they said, we would love to do that. And so Parks is really big on their butterfly program and native plants and stuff. And I talked to them and I said, hey, we need a pickup location for this. Could we do it at the Nature Center? Because I thought it would be a nice fit.
Yeah.
And Kelly and her staff were like, on it. We love this. Let's do it. So what you do is you go to rootedin.com, and anytime between now and April 5th, or when they sell out, which is probably going to be before then, you click your which kind of box you want to get. You pay your $80, and then you select your pickup location as Lick Creek Nature Center, and then on that day, we will hand you your little box of plants. And there's two layouts that you can get. You can get a edible garden in a box, so it's got like tomatoes and herbs and peppers and stuff. And then there's a Texas Tough native plant garden that has 24 different varieties, little 3-inch pots, and a little planting guide, so you can't go wrong.
Huh. And what's the website again?
Rootedin.com.
I'm writing this down. Rootedin.com.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so this company is partnering with, water utilities all over the state. Again, a lot of them in North Texas because that's where it started, but then they're branching out College Station and then Round Rock. So they got like a set number of plants, and you just order. So it depends on, if the people in the Metroplex are going crazy buying stuff, then there may be less availability for here. But go on, buy your stuff, and you can pick it up here. I'm excited. I bought one for myself just to try it out and see what it would look like.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think it's good.
I would not have expected you to come talk about that. So that's a neat thing that you just brought.
Well, it's like the flip side of, I'm always talking about saving water in the landscape or, water quality, but it comes back to plants also, because if you have, not that there's anything wrong with our water is fine. It is the best on the planet. There's nothing wrong with it.
Wow, if you could see the vein in her forehead sort of pulsing right now.
But, sometimes there's plants that are sensitive to chlorine or, high pH water or something like that. Well, if you plant natives, like the Texas Tough Native plant garden, then it's going to be, eventually they'll be able to survive on natural rainfall. So then you have healthy plants and you're saving water. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So did we cover Rooted In enough? Okay. Mm-hmm. How about our newest water tower over at Rock Prairie Road? What's the status with that? Because I'm being asked about it. I think there's something about a water line that's still underway.
Yeah, the highly visible part was what you saw with the, we started off with the candy cane thing, the crane around December of 2020, I think. And so the roof is on now. It looks really good. We've got the logos painted and everything, but now we're getting all of the infrastructure together that's going to go to that water tower. So we're going to have the water line that you can see. This is, a great visual for radio as I'm talking with my hands and trying to get people to imagine the water line. But if you go along Highway 6, going south from like Emerald Forest down that side of the highway, you can see the water lines being laid. And so that's a project that's going to tie into that water line. And then because we're making a whole separate pressure plane, then there's going to be some pressure reducing valves installed in our distribution system. The fun fact, one of my daughters loves to say, fun fact, but it really is. The two water towers that we have that are on the west side of Highway 6, they have the same, their overflow point is at the exact same height above mean sea level. So they're like right exactly level, and that's what helps us equalize the water pressure in the system. So if like one's really down, then you can get some weird water pressures happening.
Okay.
And so this one is not going to be floating on the same level as them. It's just going to be for the east side of town. Yeah. I
understood all that perfectly. So when is that work supposed to be done?
I think June. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know that we have a definite date yet, but that was the date that was initially thrown out.
What if we say early summer?
Yeah, I think early summer.
Okay,
might be. Yeah,
that's what I'm going to tell people.
Sometime during hurricane season. So.
Oh well, that takes us to November.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
that's true.
Okay, what other projects or things do you have going on?
I want to give a reminder to people to don't start irrigating regularly, but now would be a good time to just fire up your sprinkler system and just walk through and make notes of anything that's going wrong. I did that a couple of weeks ago and noticed that I have one whole zone on one side of my house that I'm not exactly sure what's happening, but not all the heads are coming up. So I may have a valve issue or something broken somewhere. So, and I did find another spot in my front yard that had part of the drip irrigation tubing has collapsed. So this is a good time, if you're a Water Smart person, if you're getting the emails from BV Water Smart, you have not been irrigating. And you can tell who gets those emails and who doesn't, because the people who don't get those emails, they've been irrigating all winter long. But we don't want to do that. So if you haven't been irrigating, then your system has been sitting and we've had freezes. And so you may have something that's broken. Fire it up, walk through it, and then make some plans to fix it. Or, if that just sounds like way too much, or you just have no idea of anything about your sprinkler system, you can call me and I can do an irrigation checkup for you, give you some information about how to use your controller, and give you some irrigation tips.
For free? For
free, yes.
About how many of those do you do each season?
It has really slacked off since, in 2020 with the working from home, I wasn't sure, can we even see people in person? So I didn't really do a whole lot. We used to do in-person seminars every summer, and I would get a lot of traction from those, and those have slacked off in the past few years. So I've only done about 40 a year the past 2 years, but before that I was doing about 100, and I would love to get up to doing about 100 or so a year again.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they're really my favorite story that I like to tell is somebody called me and they had just a whopper of a bill. I think it was something like 200,000 gallons in a month, which is a lot. Like normal use, if you're not using a whole lot of water, if you have like a standard size yard, and this was a big yard. It was about an acre in like the really high-end section of a neighborhood. But if you have an average size lot, you can irrigate as your lawn needs it in the summer and maybe use 22,000 gallons, in your high months. So this person was about 200,000 gallons. We go out in the morning and we're doing the irrigation checkup and his lawn is wet. And he says, well, that's weird because my system is only supposed to come on these days. So we go and look at his controller. He had 2 programs running. So it was running on the days that he thought it was running, but then it was also running overnight before that. And he was watering like 20 hours a week.
Ooh.
Yeah. And so we got him down to 2.
Well, look how much money you saved him.
Yes. Yeah. So much.
Gracious. So if somebody wants a free irrigation inspection, how do they do that? Is there a form on our website?
Yeah, there's a form online. Do not use that form to report water leaks. We have a lot of people do that, even though in big bold letters at the top of the form it says, call this number to report a water leak.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a form on the website, and you can just go to cstx.gov/water. You can call me directly, 764-6223, or send me an email, jnations@cstx.gov, and I can come out and do that. If you just have a question about how your system works, I've gone and downloaded the user manuals for a bunch of controllers. So if you don't know where your user manual is, I can point you in that direction and just give you as much information as I can.
You were so helpful.
I'm a water geek.
Is there anything that the Water Chick can't do?
There's a lot. But
Okay. That's for the next time we talk.
yeah.
Hey, thanks for joining me. This was really good.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And thank you guys for letting us come on and talk about the city of College Station. And that is stuff you don't usually see. That was
Yay.
good.
Yeah.
Rootedin.com.
Yeah.